Hey everyone, my name's Elliot and I own a company in Toronto called Stay at Home Music. Firstly, I just wanted to say I'm really sorry that I couldn't be there with you guys today in person. I have a lot going on this week, I just couldn't get out of it, but I really did want to come up and I do plan on coming in sometime in November. So, sorry about that today, but I look forward to meeting you guys and answering any questions you have shortly in the future. So basically, just, I want to give you a little history of myself as a musician and then just a little bit about the company. To sum it up, at Stay at Home Music, we try to take a student like this and turn them into a student like this. My history, basically, as a musician, I'll just start there first because I'll try to explain how I sort of came to do what I do. I've been playing since I was 12 years old, and from the minute I started playing, I had a brother who put me in a band, so I was performing in talent shows, I was playing live, jamming with other musicians right off the bat, and I think that helped really push a love of music into me from the beginning. I fell in love with music right away, and I knew, even back then, that I was going to do something in this field. I didn't know what it was going to be. Everyone dreams about being a rock star. As a kid, of course, I did too, but regardless of that, it's not even what I thought about when I played. I just wanted to play and learn and, and jam with other friends and stuff. So I carried that love, I guess, all through high school. I played in many bands. I, studied privately with a teacher. Until I got to the age of university where, I decided I wanted to take the next step and to take music more seriously, and I was going to York University and I decided to audition for the music program, and so that ended up being my major. I majored in music there, and there I really dove into the theoretical side of music. I learned a lot about not just theory, but other uses, other instruments, other styles of music. I had such a York provided me, I guess, with a very wide range of experiences musically, and I became, I think, much more well-rounded as a musician after that. I could always play, and I was good at my craft, but I learned a lot, and I left York with a much more of an open mind, not just thinking about always playing in concerts or in a band. I left York, wanting to give back a little, and so I thought, what better way of doing that than trying to teach? And it's something I could do while still being in bands. So, maybe it's because both my parents are teachers. I grew up in that house, in a household with teachers all around me. I decided to give it a shot, and, I'd always enjoyed it in the past, teaching friends, and I like kids, so I thought, why not? And, while I was doing the band thing, I started teaching, and I fell in love with that. Honestly, it's going to be cliche to say it, but there's something so cool about watching someone who has never played an instrument, it's a foreign object to them, and guiding them through it to the point where, they're proficient at it. It's the coolest experience. Watching that happen in stages, someone who doesn't know a G chord, and then in a year, or sometimes less, in months sometimes, are playing solos, and just doing stuff that you couldn't imagine. It's such an awesome experience. So that sort of struck me right away when I started teaching, and I knew that this was something that I wanted to take more seriously. So I did, and just to fast forward to Stay at Home Music, I got to the point where I was turning people away. I didn't have any more hours in the week to teach. I was teaching 7 days a week, and I couldn't literally, physically or literally fit anyone else in my schedule. So I started turning people away, and I'm not a business person, or I wasn't, at least. I had never taken business in school or really thought about it, but something was bothering me about, getting these phone calls, and I wasn't working for them, and just turning people away. And so I thought, I better think about what to do here. How can I, help these people find teachers, and also, not lose business myself that way, and just, it's a win-win for everybody. So I thought, obviously, to start a music school, but the problem is the market, and I knew enough then even to know that, when you enter a marketplace with any idea, you have to differentiate, and it was so saturated, and it still is. There's so many music schools out there and teachers, and music lessons have been around forever, so it was definitely not a new idea. I wasn't doing anything groundbreaking. But what I did think of, which turned out to be, I guess, what saved me in this is the one thing I thought of was it just came to me, I guess, as common sense, was to provide convenience to parents. I know that my parents, when they would drive me to my lessons when I was a kid, it was a big process, getting ready, going out the door, driving, waiting for the lesson to be finished, driving home. In Toronto, weather can be pretty crazy. Even in the summer it took a while, but in the winter especially. So a half an hour lesson became, an hour and a half ordeal. And I thought, wouldn't it be great to provide a service to parents that would offer lessons primarily or solely actually in the home. It would save so much gas money and time on their part, and time is a huge thing when you have 2 or 3 kids with different programs. So the idea was there. It was basically, I had to figure out how to execute it, and as you do with any business, you think about pros and cons, and right away the cons that were obvious to me were trust. Can I trust the teachers not to steal my students? And also management, trusting them to get to lessons on time, showing up, doing a good job. I wasn't on site to manage them. So those were the immediate concerns, but the pros, huge pros. One was to address the whole trust issue was, because I would save money on overhead, running out of my home, I could use that extra money saved to give the teachers a better salary, keep them happy, treat them with respect, treat them how I would be treated, because I'm out there teaching as well, so I wasn't just a boss in an office. I figured that by doing that, it would limit, the teachers wanting to go steal my students, and 8 years later, thankfully, I've been proven right. If it's happened, I don't even know about it. It's happened at such a small scale, so that has been a non-issue. As well as the other con, which is management. That takes work, but once you devise a system, it's totally doable. And it took me a little while to devise a good system, but I have. And so, looking at the pros when I was starting this company, I love the idea of paying more than other schools because I could get a better quality teacher. And I also like the idea of covering more ground than I could have with a location which, pretty much limits you to a community. And with my business model, I was able to expand all over Toronto, north, south, east, west. It was great. So, that along with the name Stay at Home Music, I became the first music in the the first music school in the province to offer in-home music lessons solely. That's what we did. We made sure that we sent someone safe. We did background checks. We, checked references, interviewed musicians, so that parents didn't have that worry that they would have going to Craigslist or Kijiji and getting someone to come to their home. They had a school that was set up, insured, and took the time to make sure that they were getting someone safe, qualified, and knowledgeable coming to teach their kids. And that's huge. And that's sort of how I set myself apart from the pack. And I'm happy to say, very happy and lucky to say that every year so far we've had growth. Small, it's a small business, but we've had growth. And I'm coming to you guys now for help. I'm one who really believes that, the next generation has the best ideas. I think, a lot of society kind of wants a proven track record, or, they don't really listen to the generation that's coming up. And I'm the opposite. I think, maybe it's because I'm around you guys all day, or not you guys, but kids your age and younger, and kids who are growing up through their teens, and the ideas that come out of them, and just hearing them speak, it's amazing how many great ideas come from you guys. So I'm definitely here to get some innovative ideas and to think outside of the box and to help expand my company. I'd like to look at everything: franchising, social media, just different ways to make stay-at-home music become the music school that, when people in Toronto think of lessons, they think of stay-at-home music. That's what I want in simple terms. So that's pretty much it. I mean, just to give you guys a quick idea of what we've done sort of outside of the box, I've done some field trips. We did a field trip to Cleveland, to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It was amazing. We jammed in the hotel rooms all night, went to the Hard Rock Cafe for dinner. The year after, I did a field trip to London, Ontario, to a John Mayer concert. We took a limo up, played in the limo the whole way down. We went out to the keg, we went to John Mayer, had great seats, took the limo home, again, jammed the whole way home. It was awesome. Just trying to provide students with an experience that they wouldn't get anywhere else. I didn't make a penny off those trips. I didn't want to. That wasn't the point. It wasn't a business idea. It was a personal idea. It's a personal business, so that has to come into play with marketing and just with dealing with parents and with the community. It's not always about money. And we also did a big charity event for sick kids, and I'm really proud to say that we raised a lot of money. We were just over $20,000, and we did this concert at the Opera House, and we had a lot of corporate sponsors. It was amazing. I did it with a student of mine, and these are the kind of things I'd like to do to get my name out into the public, as well as other new marketing ideas that hopefully you guys have. So that's why I'm here, and I know I've rambled a lot, but basically I'm looking for your help, and I hope that you guys want to help me, and that you think it's kind of an interesting idea, and an interesting business to sort of think outside the box on, and just make music as fun as possible for as many kids as possible. That's my goal. So I'd like to also offer, just as a thank you, because I appreciate your ideas and your help. Every member in the group that decides to work with my company, I'd like to offer you guys $50 each towards Ticketmaster. Hopefully you guys like to go to concerts, and hopefully that could help buy you a ticket. So that's what I'd like to offer you as a thank you and a token of gratitude. And again, I am planning on coming in the next few weeks to meet you, answer questions, and I'm very accessible at home. You can call me anytime. So I hope I haven't taken up too much of your time. I kind of rambled, and thank you for listening to me. And I hope to meet you guys, and I hope that you decide to work with my school. I could, really use the ideas and the collaboration with you guys, and I'm looking forward to it. So thanks so much. Take care, guys.